Ladies and gentlemen, let's get going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome to Land of Fire. It's game one of this best of 3 series. This is CL and BONKZ. We are in the losers bracket here of Warship Masters 2025. Both these teams have a single match loss that have led to this moment. Let's take a look over their lineups. Luna here in the CL's Daring in green top of the map, running some Dazzle and very much a gun build. Fat CY, we'll just call him Fat here in a Gdansk. Nothing particularly fancy about this build, a little bit of radar mod and gun upgrade. Maruku's Delny also running some razzle dazzle. It's a 4 cruiser lineup for CL. Emanon's Howden Liu, unique upgrade. Xbox's Napoli, outmaneuver, and so you're outnumbered in all of the secondary skills as you would expect from a Napoli. Lemon in a Plymouth, one of my favorite ships, but the first one of those we've seen in the event. Also outnumbered. And backed up all the way here in Laumo's Hindenburg, outmaneuvered and top grade gunner, just to cover all the bases. Talk to me about BONKZ, Seth.
All right, to the south, BONKZ has a very different lineup, focusing mostly on cruisers. We got Bowser in a Battleship Hindenburg with unique upgrade. That's going to be fun to watch. Eddie in an Henri with Honore as captain. 1-for-1 Gaming in a Des Moines unique upgrade with one of the Doe captains. In front of him is Battleship Nagato's Ragnar with Jersey Mike as captain, the buffed Adrenaline Rush. Dyer in unique upgrade Grozovoy, making it the more of a gun boat than a torpedo boat. D Squarius deciding he wants to be like John the Ruthless and running a Colbert with Honore.
I love it.
I do too. And then finally there's Kermit Seppuku with a Napoli in your typical Napoli secondary build.
Already we can see kind of how teams are deploying. We've got a 5-2 split for both teams. Each team making it clear that their focus is the C cap and that the A-B side is going to be a bit of an afterthought.
Right. Reminders, CL is China's number 5 seeded team and BONKZ is NA's number 4 seeded team.
On the face of it, Zath, I think I like BONKZ's lineup here at C better, but it's going to remain to be seen how well they flex it to achieve the results they want.
Yes.
They have, I started to say they have no destroyer smoke. That's a lie. They do. Dyer's Grozovoy obviously has smoke. Lots of utility in that Grozovoy hull.
Well, Napoli's got smoke too.
It's true. I was thinking about could they smoke up the Colbert, that kind of thing, right?
Right, exactly.
I guess the other question is, which of these ships have RPF? Dyer has it. Nagato has it. Colbert does not. Napoli does not. 1-for-1 does not. So only the 2 destroyers, only the 2 BONKZ destroyers having RPF. Maruku's Delny does not. Gdansk does. Okay, so I think it's just the Gdansk. We are seeing an early Gdansk radar here, trying to pick up Battleship Nagato. They're going to catch a brief glimpse of him right as the radar expires.
Right.
In time to get any shells? No. No shells going out.
Some shells coming in on D Squarius Green's Colbert.
Yep, he takes a little bit of chip damage there.
Now, Plymouth is one of those ships I just don't enjoy. Why do you like it?
Okay. Plymouth to me is essentially a tier 10 Edinburgh, right? With some other fun things. She can carry smoke and radar.
Correct.
At the same time, which you generally cannot do in most British light cruisers. Plymouth gets both. It comes at the expense of she doesn't have the crazy reload speed that Minotaur does. And a couple other little drawbacks. Her hull, of course, being a British light cruiser, she is not very sturdy, to put it lightly.
Right.
Speaking of radar, there's the Plymouth radar coming in for Nagato's Ragnar, taking some big early damage here.
She's so the other thing about Plymouth is she struggles with just AP only. I mean, she's only really good at smashing destroyers.
Yes, she is AP only. She's very good at smashing destroyers. She's very good at farming damage off of broadside battleships, but of course, that's not going to be a thing in this match. I'm just speaking, you know, like when you play a Plymouth in a random battle, that's the kind of thing that I like and that I enjoy about her. But in this game, not going to be particularly valid.
Right.
Nagato's Ragnar taking some early punishment, but they're trying to dish it out to Lemon now under the gaze of 1-for-1's long duration Des Moines radar in there. The smoke not doing Lemon a lot of good. Down to getting close to half HP here with his heal already ticking. Now, one of Plymouth's drawbacks, she is a British light cruiser, but she does not get the British light cruiser super heal the way that Minotaur does, for example. She's stuck with a regular heal. And that, of course, is working to Lemon's disadvantage here. His enemies know this, and they are busy trying to focus him off the board. Looks like they might get away with it. Lemon down to 2,300 HP, lurking behind
there's the fire.
Some smoke. Oh, they do bag a fire, finally.
That'll be it.
DCP going down. Yeah, he's going to burn out here. Big early kill here for BONKZ in game 1 as they pushed 1-for-1's Des Moines into the cap of all the things they could be trying to cap with.
I mean, might as well.
I think they're going to pull him out, Zath. Yeah, he's like, nah, this is not going to stand. He's coming under too much concentrated hate. The Howden Liu bombs falling in. Imanon's Howden in the middle of the map. Now, we haven't been talking about them chasing Addie's Henri all the way to the corner, Zath, but it's absolutely a thing over here.
It really is, yeah. But
Addie's starting to run out of map.
Addie's an experienced kiter, so I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine, and Addie's going to have an opportunity now. There's an island in between him and the Napoli. He's going to be able to turn back to the east. You can already see him making that turn. Hindenburg's Hydro, Bowser's just able to camp this B cap and prevent the Daring from basically being a threat.
I love these torpedoes, though.
I love it too. This little single. Oh, by the way, did you know I was over here? I'm going to remind you.
That's right.
Well, having taken decisive control of the ship count around the C cap, let's see if BONKZ is able to finally get the C cap itself. Fancy's Gdansk lurking nearby with his radar at the ready. Gonna try and keep them off of it as long as possible. His torpedoes already going out to try to discourage Battleship Nagato's Ragnar. There's the DM radar. They want to know where this Gdansk is before they make this attempt. Dyer reversing into the cap now. Let's see if this is going to draw out the Gdansk radar.
It could, but who's ready to shoot? I guess the Delny and Hindenburg.
It does draw out the radar. There's the Gdansk counter radar. Let's see who decides to chip in right now. Gdansk has no shells of his own. The Delny shells, yep, they're going to try and get a reset here off of Dyer, but the Hindenburg shooting at the DM.
Yeah, that seems kind of odd. I would think that you'd want to all focus on one target.
Yep, Howden Liu bomb's actually trying to fall on Dyer, but he's going to dodge those easily.
I think Lamo thought the shells might hit the island because it's right between him and Dyer.
All right, so finally, 8 minutes into this game, the C cap is finally controlled by one team or the other. BONKZ now grabbing that will start to build a lead. They do have a small lead, about 80 or 90 points here on the back of that early kill, and a very slight health advantage. I still feel like it's only a matter of time before Addy bites it, Zath.
Maybe.
Well, you're 40 seconds from a heal, you're burning at the stern, you're 25 seconds from your next DCP. Napoli HE falling in, 2,800.
Be nice if we could see the
salvo should end this.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could see the timings for like fires and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, this Napoli salvo should end Addy's game, and it does. So
well, they tie it up on ships.
BONKZ now down a cap, but now Bowser's Hindenburg obviously backed up and put some punishment into Imanon's Howden Liu before he was able to escape back around the island. Emanon down very low as well.
Well, actually, that was D Squarius. He was farming him with the Colbert.
Well, I saw Disquarius was chunking him for HE, but Bowser backed all the way up. I have to believe there was some AP salvos in there as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. But Bonk's in the lead with the caps and the points.
Well, and rotating ships. Dire's Grozovoy coming through mid. Ragnar, that's good. The Ragnar gonna play defense here. All the radar going up here, gonna try and get some resets. CL determined not to give up on C.
Man, Seppuku just sitting there happily secondaring away Lammel's Hindenburg.
Yeah. Some torpedoes coming in on Fat's position. He's going to have to bail out of the cap to avoid those.
I like this play, though, with 1-for-1 Gaming and the Grozovoy. They're just going to go right to A.
Well,
like
I think
dagger.
they also realize they can also pick up the kill on the Howden Liu if they have to. So they've been ticking up points on C, and I think now they're basically just going to let them have C. Let's see what happens. Bowser not currently in the cap. Luna's found himself a nice little gap here that he could start converting B, and so just like that, BONKZ's points gains all cease.
Yep.
CL standing on all of the caps at the moment. BONKZ can't let that play out for very long.
Now that does encourage Bowser to obviously move forward, get on the cap, try to find Luna's daring. Got his Hydro on.
Yep, turned his Hydro on, moving back into the cap. He's going to get there just in time to prevent the full cap from ticking over. And he's going to pick up Luna here in just a moment, right there.
Yep.
Just in time to push Luna off the cap. You can see the torpedoes and the Napoli AP. We should be able to handily dodge all of those. Looking like Bowser's just going to push up to the other island, I think.
Might as well. That clears them out.
Yep, and now Dire smoking 1-for-1 straight into the A cap.
I really like this.
I love this play. Tie game, by the way. Both teams literally within seconds of each other in terms of score. 8 minutes to play. Bowser coughing up a bunch of HP to make this move, but I think it's a really good play.
I like Luna putting that smoke up right there, so that keeps Xbox undetected while his secondaries just go to town on Bowser.
Well, and Luna now sliding back into that Hydro range. He can't quite see the Hindenburg anymore. That Hindenburg Hydro, though, really allowing teams, BONKZ here, to maintain control of the B cap. So now they own A and B, starting to build that lead again as 1-for-1 and Dire trying to put pressure on Emanon, see if they can get him off the map.
Yeah, Dire opening up.
Well,
big hit from Xbox.
He's a gun build Grozovoy. That's actually, I mean, that's actually smart. That Grozovoy AP's no joke on cruiser broadside. The torpedoes moving up mean that Emanon can't sit there.
Right. 1-for-1 Gaming just gets clobbered by the Dutch oven, though. Wow.
Yeah, Dutch oven bombs really hurting 1-for-1 there as the Napoli AP falls in. They're banking a lot on this Grozovoy AP, and it is doing good work here. Let's see who's going to die first. It's going to be Emanon.
Yep. But
the secondary, the SAP secondary shells are also going to cost 1-for-1 his ship.
And 1-for-1 earns his name.
Maruku's Delny pushing into A. The Napoli and Battleship Nagato making a push at C. All the caps trying to flip over here, Zaf.
Yep. I like it. Very aggressive play now from both teams trying to make something work.
Yep. Dire's Grozovoy now all by himself on the 2 line. More or less has to let them cap the A cap back. They're trying to get resets on Kermit, but he has plenty of smoke in there. I think he's going to be able to pick this cap up, and they're not going to be able to get him reset in time.
No, I don't think so. power of the Inky.
All right, so the Napoli smoke allows BONKZ to counter cap C as they surrender A again. Now 30 seconds from a win here in game 1.
Xbox trying to come in and hit Bowser with the Napoli. Oh, they rotated
the daring conga line torps. Is he gonna be able to dodge these? It looks
He'll
like
be fine.
yes. 13 seconds. Bowser has to just live for another 10 seconds here.
Yeah, they rotated the Disquarius's Colbert up. They get him.
Just in time do they bag him there.
Very important time extension. It might give Xbox the ability to get into the cap.
He's going to get into the cap, but is it going to come in time? 25 seconds. He's going to get there with probably about 20 seconds left on the timer. Okay. 47 seconds. Both teams ticking up points.
Yeah, Disquarius is in trouble, though.
It's a 35-point lead for CL, but it feels like BONKZ. What is happening?
They sent Disquarius up to kill the destroyer, and he's getting himself killed right there.
Oh, Zach, the game's over now. BONKZ took a certain win, I feel like, and just threw it away.
Yep.
They need a kill, and they're not going to get it. Nope.
They tried too hard to assert their dominance at sea by pulling Disquarius up.
Yeah.
And, that's what I was commenting on with them moving him. I didn't catch it until that Hindenburg goes down to Bowser. But I think that was crucial. I don't like how they rotated the Colbert up like that.
Yeah. I think they should have left the Colbert back at B personally.
Yeah. Right. Help kill the Napoli or, the daring.
Or at least keep the daring honest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That feels like an unforced error to me, but either way, well played by CL for taking advantage and hanging on and winning the game.
Absolutely, yes.
A game that I was convinced that they had lost, right? With 60 seconds to play. I was like, nah. In my brain, I'm going, nah, BONKZ has got this.
It didn't look good for him. But I'll tell you, this happens so much in clan battles too. You're like, okay, all we got to do is survive. And then one person dies. And then when that one person dies, the next one is able, it dies right after. And then before you know it, you've lost the game. That's what happened here. Rain defeats Ayaya in game 1, Raptor.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. Well, we'll see how this plays out. I'll be really curious to see how that Rain series goes. Because Ayaya is not a joke. Like, that is a really good team.
It's a great team. But
I hope they go all 3 games.
I do too. But I have a feeling Rain's onto something with their double hull and Z52.
That
Ragnar.
5 destroyer comp that they're running is brutally good, Zach. And they've got really good players in those ships. Really good players. Like, that's going to be tough. They're going to be a tough team to beat if they can make that comp work.
Oh,
I'd be curious, who knocked them out of the winner's bracket? It was these guys. CL knocked them out of the winner's bracket.
Yep.
Now I kind of want to go back and watch those games. Like, what happened here?
Yep.
All right, so CL wins a hard-fought game 1 as we head to Sleeping Giant for game 2. Ooh, Sleeping Giant. Like this one.
Let's see. I want to see what happened in that game. So
which one?
I'm gonna pull up the one we just Rain versus Ayaya. I want to see what happened in that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up that render and check it out. There we go. I want to see if they went with the comp. No, they didn't. Rain went with Kleber's. I wonder if their idea was banned. The hull. Let's see.
I don't know. We'd have to look. We can look. Banning hull would definitely be spicy.
Ayaya.
No, they banned Ragnar.
Yeah,
They banned
Ragnar and Regulo.
And Rain. Well, I'd say Rain sticking with the Regulo ban. I think that's a really, really smart play on their part.
Interesting.
Yeah. I still feel like that's like one of the first times that we've seen a team ban a ship not because of its capabilities, but because of its point value. I think that's a note. It almost feels like that kind of escalation moment. Like, ooh, now we're getting way down into the weeds with the 4D chess, right?
That's right. Now we're playing this board game.
Indeed.
Yeah, Rain sweeping up the 1-2-3 line hard. They brought a Republic as well. Interesting.
You know, we've talked about this in King of the Seas, Ath, but it bears mentioning again here. One of the things that we have seen more and more of the experienced teams do on some of these maps, they develop more than one look, more than one strat.
Oh, of course.
So that, you know, because in a world of replays and live streamed events, it's very easy to see what your opponents have done historically on any given map, generally. The longer events anyway. So you teams now have to develop multiple opportunities like, all right, well, yeah, we're playing this map, but you don't know which way we're going to go. You've seen this, you've seen A, you've seen B, but how do you know we don't have C and D also in our back pocket that you've never seen on this map? You don't know, right?
Yep. You never know when you'll see the final form.
Yeah, exactly right.
For you Dragon Ball Z fans.
I've heard the joke. I will not pretend that I understand the joke. So the game is finally catching up on stream, right? Because they're 5 minutes in the past, and one of my chatters literally just says, "Classic bonks."
Kind of was.
Ouch! Ouch! That hurts.
Kind of was.
Oh my goodness. Huge shout out to Xanda for both of us. I know he's doing giveaways on my channel and doing shenanigans in yours, but he's probably winding down his time. His event's going to begin before too much longer. But huge shout out to him for helping give away stuff to some of my viewers today. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Xanda definitely the MVP of both of our streams, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, crushing it this morning. Tomorrow, we do have somebody, one of my regulars will be here doing giveaways, so we'll have that covered on my channel tomorrow. No problems there.
Well, there
but
you go.
But today, I'm a bad streamer, Zath, right?
Why?
I mentioned to my mods prior to last weekend, hey, I've got these 2 weekend gigs. They're very early, but here's the signups if you're available, yada, yada, yada. And last weekend, I had 2 guys able to sign up for the early mornings. Super awesome. And then I didn't even think about it until this morning. I was like, oh yeah, I should have pinged my mods again to see if anybody was available on Saturday morning. And so I literally did this morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
Who's
yeah,
here?
by the way, guys, forgot about this. If you're available, yay. If you're not, you know what? It's my fault for being bad at this. Don't worry about it. And a couple guys replied in. They were like, yeah, sorry, we can't. And I was like, it's cool, guys. Like, relax. And then Xanda finally pinged me a little, after we were already on the air. He goes, I've got some time if you want me to do some giveaways. I was like, if you want to, go for it, my friend. But he's like, yeah, I've got my thing later. I was like, yeah, I know, but don't sweat it. Like, don't miss that on my account. So I need that window. All right.
Oh, Rain's Repub turned around. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Oh no. Oof. Looks like so BYF was in the Des Moines for a Yaya.
Oh no,
and
did he get clapped again?
it looks like it, but this was towards the end of the game.
Oh,
He
that's becoming a meme.
he took a face full of Repub salvo and possibly
Ugh, that
something else
hurts.
that got the kill. But he went from like full health to no health.
That hurts.
And then the Repub smashed the Napoli, but it didn't matter. They had won at that time. That looked like a crazy game.
All right. Now, who's map pick? This was probably... Oh, I'm on the wrong match. Hold on. Back, you dogs. Okay, this was BONKZ's map pick. You know what would have been amazing? That would, like, CL picked that map and BONKZ damn near took it away from him. CL kind of salvaged it at the last second, but it was very close. But this is going to be BONKZ's map pick, so let's see if they can win their own map.
Let's hope so, because then that forces game 3.
I would love a game 3. Everybody wants game 3.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what's going on with the other game.
I'm sure they're in between games right now. Let's scroll down.
So when we got out, Rain had already won over iCUE. So they had started earlier, probably, which means they could already be in their second game right now.
Okay.
Both teams readied up. My watch is yelling at me for sitting still. And we dropped.
All right. There we go. Game beginning here. And we do need the reverse for this one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're still back. Nope, still back with the regular.
Still regular? Okay.
Still regular.
I usually double check once I see the team lineup. There we go.
Yep, CL is once again team green here as we head into Sleeping Giant. All right. Zath, talk to me about the CL lineup here. What do we got cooking?
Well, they're bringing 3 destroyers, 4 cruisers. We got Luna in the Daring again. Patsy in the Gdansk. Maruku is in the Delny.
Same destroyer lineup.
Is in the Haolu. Xbox in the Marseille this time, so slight change there instead of the Napoli. Lemon is in an Henri 4, and finally Laumo is in a Venezia with unique upgrade. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think they're sensing some Hindenburgs and stuff that he can chew up.
Yeah, man, we haven't seen much Venezia this tournament. All right.
We really haven't.
BONKZ back to the wall, needs a win to stay in the event. Running a double destroyer lineup. We're looking at Battleship Nagato's Ragnar and Dyer in a Gdansk this go around. It's a 5 cruiser lineup for BONKZ, all sporting some variant of the fancy pinata camo, by the way. I love that. Meant to mention that last game. Oh no, except for Bowser, who has to be different. All right, Addy sticking with Henri Quatre here. No, Addy was Addy was in Henri last game. Yeah,
yes,
Henri Quatre. Kermit Seppuku now in a defense, giving up on the Napoli from last game. Disquarius moving from Colbert into Salem. We talked briefly about Bowser and a Zhao this time, unique upgrade Zhao. And our last ship, another Henri 1-for-1, moving from a Des Moines last game, now in an Henri Quatre of his own.
Yeah, I think, we saw last game, the problem with Colbert is just how easy it takes damage at the worst possible time, I might add. So I think BONKZ saying, okay, we need to kind of level it up a little bit, or even it out in terms of point spread. I like the idea of a defense on this map. Let's see how they use that. But I feel like they're going to be...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jinx.
Well, I'll say I feel like this early destroyer clash is going to go poorly for BONKZ, or at least I'm getting that vibe here as we're seeing a triple destroyer rush versus a double destroyer rush. You know, you're looking at double radar versus single radar, but like there's a lot more firepower out of that CL destroyer group. I'm gonna have to see how BONKZ plays this.
Yep, that's exactly what I was fixing to say, but they do have the 2 Henris and possibly the Salem to back them up for cruisers.
At the moment, the Henri, it's gonna be about timing, right? The Henris are behind the island. All right, 1-for-1's guns are available. Addy's guns are basically available now as well. Okay, I was concerned because we watched games where you had teammates camped behind this goofy island who weren't able to impact the early destroyer battles, but everybody's RPF seeming to point towards mid means nobody's willing to commit for this cap now. Everybody playing super conservative here in game 2 so far.
That's right. The cap is lava, everyone.
It seems that way. They're
Is this a
certainly
random
treating
battle?
it that way, Zaf. Yeah. No, it's not a random battle because all the destroyers are still alive, Zaf.
Oh, that's true. No, that's a ranked battle.
Oh, excuse me. My bad. My bad.
Oh, and we have no AFKs. That's another reason it's not a ranked.
Another, yeah, definitely not a random battle. Yeah. Oh, yeah, if they're ranked. I know, right? Lord. Now, the Henris would have been would have been available to impact the A cap. That window has closed. Addy and 1-for-1 now too far to the west. They're not able to impact any potential battle for the A cap any longer. But both Dire and Battleship Nagato just lurking very cautiously here. In fact, their radar not even able to pick up Luna. They do pick him up there. Oh, the Gdansk radar picks him up.
Gdansk radar.
As Nagato is picked up on his on Gdansk radar here.
Yep.
But Nagato choosing not to open fire means that as soon as Fat's radar expires, they can't spot him anymore.
I like that decision.
Well, I think they're setting Nagato up to be a second tripwire here if Luna decides to come back to the cap.
Absolutely.
They didn't want Nagato to take any unnecessary damage there. And he did take a little bit of chip damage, but nothing major.
Meanwhile, we've got Zhao versus Venezia over on the 910 line.
I really like the
unusual.
Zhao. Well, excuse me. Damn, the early morning catching up with me. What I like about Bowser in this engagement is he gets to dictate the engagement, right?
Oh, yeah.
He has 2 kilometers or more of detection advantage on this Venezia. At no point can the Venezia sneak up on him. The reverse cannot be said.
Right. All the shells flying at B now.
Yep, more early radar trading here at A. As Disquarius' Salem is going to move up and be like, all right, boys, I challenge you to dislodge me from this position. Good luck.
He said that at the end of last game. But it was a different boat, at least.
Last game, it was a very different boat. What I like about what they've done with this early destroyer lineup, Zap, they're using the Gdansk and the Ragnar to basically just keep CL off this cap until they were able to set the Salem up where they wanted him.
Right.
And now he's here.
Right. And we got the 2 Henris set up for kiting away over on the 1 line. I also like, you know, Disquarius is also forced to take defensive anti-air because he's in a Salem, so might as well use it. That's good
Honestly,
to see.
of all the ships you could bomb, Salem kind of cares not, right? Because she can just be like, all right, whatever, you bombed me. I have my crazy heal. What do I care? All right, Zath. So the off cap, right, flips much earlier this game than it does last game. And just like last game, does go to BONKZ here early. So it's on CL to respond. BONKZ slowly starting to build a lead here. I have to see how CL decides they want to play this.
Absolutely. Ball's in their court. I think they're going to push into the Thunderdome.
I have a look at Nagato. I like this decision to reposition him. Looks like they might be doing the same thing with Kermit's defense as well, Zaf.
Yeah, I think they're sensing that CL might pivot and try to push over at the B cap. So they're getting ready for essentially to receive a push on both sides, which makes sense. In competitive, you would much rather receive a push than have to push. Because then you dictate the damage, and you dictate when you can kite away and just go dark.
Well, and the bombs dropping on Addy's Henri here tell them that the Howden Liu is definitely over there, even though they can't see Emanon. They have to know he's close. Some big Dutch bombs there falling onto Henri's deck.
Yeah.
Addy under some early threat here. Now the Howden Liu opening up. They can clearly see him moving into Thunderdome, so they know that's going to be a thing.
Yep. With the Henri's pushed so far back, the AP isn't as much of a concern anymore. Addy is taking a full fire, though.
Yep. 80-point lead and continuing to slowly grow here for BONKZ. To see what CL decides to do for pressure. They did take big chunks out of Maruku's Delny over there. And they have pulled Luna's Daring back to play defense closer to the B cap.
I almost feel like they're just going to push up there.
Go ahead.
Like they're just going to push up the 7 line.
Ragnar and defense, that's Kermit and Nagato aggressively moving up the 7 line here. Spotted torpedoes coming in on Luna. Those are Gdansk torpedoes. We did have an info radar there from Dyer. So they saw where Luna was sitting, and they caught a glimpse of Fats Gdansk as well. Now the A-cap contested. Emeron standing in there on his Hydro. Gonna try and drop some bombs on Disquarius, who probably doesn't really care.
No, they will add up over time, though, of course.
All right, so there's the counter radar from the Gdansk. Gonna clearly pick up this push from Nagato and Seppuku. Put some damage downrange on Dyer's Gdansk as well. Tried for a big SAP salvo on Nagato's Ragnar, but got nothing. Luna just gets chunked right there.
Oh, Fatsy, though.
Yeah. Fats caught out now. Salem shells
Fire.
going in, 1200
Done.
HP and falling, and he's gone. A big kill here for Bonks in game 2.
Oh, Seppuku takes a... Yeah, something.
Was that
Venezia.
SAP or
think that
AP?
was Doesn't matter. It was Venezia.
Whatever it was noteworthy. Now has to reposition to kind of reduce the threat that the Venezia represents to him.
Oh, that's definitely Sap. Wow.
Yeah, definitely getting chunked out of the SAP there. His smoke is available. He's going to try and wait until he's in the cap to use it, I'm sure. 3 minutes and ticking here, as now Bonk successfully pushing into the B cap. Defense's Hydro is up as he lays his smoke down. Ragnar spotted briefly there. SAP salvo coming in. Solid hit.
Yeah, decent hit there.
Not catastrophic, but certainly noteworthy. They're trying to give the Venezia something else to think about. Bowser off his starboard flank, chunking the AP down. The HE downrange.
Meanwhile, the Henris for Bonks aren't really trading too well. Both are at 20k and falling. They're trying to just keep kiting away.
Kermit getting chunked there as well, forced out of his smoke, not able to pick up this cap, stopping the points, but more SAP falling in, taking another 10k. He does make it to a heal. Defense does get that crazy British fancy heal, so Kermit's gonna be able to recover quite a bit of this HP, but they're gonna have to pull him out of there.
Which is fine. They got the Gdansk coming up. They got Nagato getting the B cap. Bowser's working his way along with the Zhao, so Seppuku doesn't have to sit there.
I think that Dyer's goal is to catch out and murder the Daring, and I think he's gonna. Yep, there's the radar. He's gonna be in a good spot to do that here. Let's see if he can seal the deal.
Watch the Venezia salvo. He was ready for this. Oh,
Not as big as they needed.
yeah.
They got some damage, but not as much as they needed. They do finally flip B.
Here comes the bombs, though. Whoa.
Oh, they grabbed the Daring, and just
They get
like
the Daring.
that, we're under 20 seconds here from a Bonks win in game 2.
Yep, Seppuku slapped Lamo's Venezia as well. For his insolence earlier.
The CL push down the 1-2 line has just taken too long to materialize, and they've never been able to seal the deal on one of the Henris. They're going to bag Launo's Venezia.
Very close
Bonks.
salvo. Very close salvo on that Ragnar. Or
Dyer down,
Gdansk.
yep, Dyer down to 670 health, but he manages to hold on. Bonks doesn't lose a single ship here in game 2.
Official Wargaming blowout. The horror.
And Zath, we get our wish. We're going to game 3.
We're going to game 3. Let's come back out and see if there's any more spectators in here. Nope. So I guess they went to game 3 as well.
Let's have a peek. We should be able to see that over on... They did. III wins game 2, so they are absolutely going to game 3 as well. That's good.
It is good. Chat, just a warning, that also means that we might be held for the official casts. Just be ready.
No.
You don't think so?
Not for this. Why? No, they're not going to hold game 3 here when game 3 is going on the other channel. There's no way. That would be stupidity. If I was a team captain, I would raise hell if they did that, and I'd be right.
We shall see.
Because now you're, well, Zath, you're delaying the entire event. That's
True.
stupid. They've already got a game 3 to cast. Go cast your own game 3. Let us play ours. There's no need to try and hold the whole thing. That's crazy.
Well, what I'm getting at is, in 10 minutes, if their game 3 ends, they might try to catch this game 3.
No, their game 3 won't be over in 10 minutes. Their game 3 is going to be on roughly the same. They're probably playing game 3 right now. Like if I go to that room, let's go look.
Go ahead, go take a look.
I'll be right back. But my money says they're either playing that game 3 right now, or they're going to have dropped it shortly. Let's see. No, they're in between games right now.
Okay, they haven't dropped yet.
No, they haven't dropped yet. So there's
so
just,
then
there's just
we won't have to
no
worry
way.
about it then. No.
Yeah, there's
I thought
no
if they
way.
were already in game, they would try to find this one.
No, there comes a point at which you can be too greedy trying to get stuff on stream like that, and that's where they're at, right? Like that would be. If I was a friggin' org, I would raise hell about that. There's no way. That's crazy. It's like these matches started at roughly the same time. They're both going to game 3. You don't hold one game 3, you know, so that the other one can finish. That's insane. That's insane. You're holding up the entire event for that. That's nuts.
Stranger things have happened.
I mean, I've seen crazy things happen. That's just rude. That's disrespectful. Well, it is. It's disrespectful to the point of you're literally disrespecting the time of everybody that's participating in this event. These Asia teams, it's the middle of the fucking night for these guys.
Right. Well,
like it's midnight in Perth and Singapore, the next best thing to. So like, come on. You can't do that to these guys.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't. At some point, you have to be respectful of the people who are playing in your event.
Or streaming your event.
They don't care
or
about
watching.
us. I know
they
could not possibly care less about us. We are the algae on the ass crack of the afterthought of WoW streaming. Trust me. That is not a thing.
I really appreciate the mental image of that at 10:30 a.m. when I haven't slept much.
I designed that one just for you. You're welcome.
I appreciate the thought.
Now, with that said, kudos to BONKZ for forcing Game 3. That was a really well executed win.
Oh yeah,
they looked really good. Go ahead.
That's the BONKZ I was really expecting to see in Game 1.
Yes.
You saw the power of the two Henris kiting away, and one goes dark, the other shoots, and then, yes, they're trading poorly against 3 ships, but the important thing is they're keeping 3 ships tied up.
They're not dead, and they're still alive.
Yep.
One of my favorite scenes, who is that? You've seen the A-Team film from about 10, 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
The remake, with Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper and all those guys. One of my favorite scenes in that movie is towards the end when Bradley Cooper is describing, or Face is describing his plan, his grand plan for how they're going to defeat their sworn enemy at the end of the movie. And he's talking about the exact phrase he used is draw his eye line, draw his attention somewhere else. And I love that scene because I think it's so applicable to the way we see teams manage some of the way they handle these strats in competitive play, right? It's about show them what you want to shoot at and then go dark. Show what you want them shooting at and then stop. Oh, I want you shooting at this guy. Oop, and then stop. And then I want you shooting back over here and then stop. And, you know, we talked in the past, you and I, many, many moons over many, many tournaments about teams splitting their fire and how unfortunate that is.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're not given a choice. You have to split your fire because you don't have the spotting to do it any other way. By not pairing a destroyer in front of that push, that they were making along the 1-2 line, right? They didn't have a destroyer over there. The Daring and the Gdansk were their only 2 destroyers, wasn't it?
No, they had a destroyer over there. They had a destroyer.
They had a
on,
Ragnar. Did they have?
They had another destroyer over there in front of the 2 cruisers. I remember seeing that.
They couldn't keep both on Re's lit at the same time.
No, that was the big problem. It was too far back.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, and that's the beauty of Henri. She's fast. You know, unless you put a fast destroyer over there, sometimes they can outrun whatever destroyer you're trying to chase them with.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, you know, BONKZ did a more traditional game last game, and it worked for them. And you could tell that's more their game. That's what they're used to playing.
I liked it. Well, and I also liked the very quick, like once they worked Disquarius's Salem in a position to hold, at a minimum, keep the A cap frozen so that nobody got points out of it. They were like, okay, it's time to pull these guys off, and we're gonna go threaten this other cap in their backfield because let's go.
I really like that play, and I love seeing more mobility in tournaments.
Yes.
Whenever COTS happens, we don't know when it's coming, guys, but whenever it happens, we're going to find like death snails everywhere, and we're gonna see like this really static play of a Gearing or a Harugumo smokes up a Des Moines or a Minotaur or Brisbane, and they just go and chuck torpedoes at each other until somebody catches a torpedo and the death snail is broken, and then the side collapses. Yawn, yawn, yawn.
That started off as a fake yawn and ended as a real yawn, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
It's early. It's still, my body's like,
Raptor's like, I'm gonna fake it, and your body's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, exactly right. I was like, I'm gonna fake yawn here, and my brain was like, dude, you're actually tired. Let's turn this into a real thing. Oh man. All right, I think we're just about lined up for this game here. Both teams finally have 7 players in the room. That's the start. We're just waiting on BONKZ to get readied up, and we'll be on to Northern Waters here in just a minute.
Yep, forfeit timer is at 34, so we've got 2 to 3 minutes, but we'll probably start early.
They're fine. They'll be fine.
Raptor, my chat says you need an injection of dirty water.
Chat is just now getting to my wonderful analogy about the algae and the ass crack. So there you go.
Yeah,
they're loving that.
Yeah, -2. Thank you again for that.
I'm gonna run a quick ad over there, and then by the time it finishes, we'll be ready over here.
There you go.
We do need the flipped overlay for this one. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the rubber game of this best of 3 series between BONKZ and CL in the losers bracket of Warship Masters 25. Let's take a look at BONKZ here in green, spawning at the top end of Northern Waters. Battleship Nagato in a Ragnar. We've seen him plenty. Dyer's Gdansk again. So these two gentlemen back where they were last game. Addy in an Henri Quatre. Disquarius now showing his flexibility. Moving again. We're now in a Venezia, a unique upgrade Venezia. Kermit Seppuku in, as Zath likes to say, Battleship Hindenburg. Going for reload here, not range, no eye in the sky shenanigans. Bowser sticking with the Zhao and that fancy space camo. Lots of success in last game, pushing up the 10 line. And 1-for-1 Gaming sticking with the Salem that, no, last time it was Disquarius in the Salem. Now it's 1-for-1. My apologies.
Right. Now, you know why players like to use the space camo?
I don't actually. Pew pew.
Because the smoke. Huh?
Oh, because it's hard to tell if they're on fire or not.
Yes, and the smoke handles a little bit differently too. It's a little bit harder to tell how fast the ship is moving.
I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. All right. Talk to me about CL, Zath.
All right, CL is opting for a little bit more flexibility this time, I think, than the last game. They've got their Delny. That's Luna working its way to A with Fatsy and behind him in the Ragnar. Maruku and a Hoffman again. We haven't really seen a lot of good out of Hoffman yet this tournament, Raptor. We got another Battleship Hindenburg. This is Xbox in that with, I believe that's Lutyens as the commander. Laumo has either disconnected or chosen to play goalie. I'm going to guess that he's playing goalie here. Yeah, he's just going to sit and he's going to move to wherever he's needed. And Manon is in a...
out.
Yep. Manon is in a Monmouth Raptor. We haven't seen a Monmouth
Wow.
yet this tournament.
No.
Yeesh.
This is a first.
Yep, and that Dunkirk is their captain. And then we finally have Lemon in a Brennus. Finishing up their lineup, they are obviously looking to kite away at C, which is the same thing BONKZ is looking to do, so I guess we just look at A for a while.
Well, Luna's Delny spotted, radared, doesn't get shot, drives off the cap anyway, does finally draw some shells from the Ragnar and Addy's Henri. Gonna put some counterfire downrange on Nagato. Luna never opens fire, so as soon as the radar expires, he's out, and then Fat's Ragnar drives directly into the cap.
Yep.
And now they actually can't spot him.
That's right. And what I like about this play, too, is it forced a radar, so they know that something's there. They forced a second radar. Here comes the Ragnar's radar. And Addy opened up so they can see him.
Yeah, but the Ragnar radar doesn't find him. There's fishing for
So
Fat.
they're guessing.
They blind reset him.
That's right, they did. Great play by Dyer there.
Blind reset there, yeah. They're going to
How
catch
much of the
him
cap?
right there.
Yep. How much of the cap do you control? Okay, I'm going to shoot here then. And they found him. Brilliant.
Nice play by BONKZ there. They're going to get a little bit more chip damage on Fat and force him off. No, big Venezia's salvo falling in, but no dice.
Mm-hmm.
They've certainly brought the Venezia to the correct side of the map. All three
Dyer. Takes two torpedoes.
Oh, big
Hoffman.
torpedo hits on Dyer.
It's Hoffman torpedoes.
They
I take back what I said about Hoffman.
Ooh. They know the Gdansk in that smoke and badly wounded. They're going to fish for him for a little while. Dyer has to bail out of there. Addy taking some big damage here early as well.
Well, the problem with Henri is it's great at hiding and swapping, but when it's the only one, that's kind of tough.
Well, all the action happening at A, B, and C are going to be very, very quiet for a while. Desquarius and 1for1 now trying to make the dash down to the island that'll allow them what they hope to hold cap and hold this thing. Trading shells with Fat's Ragnar. They can't see these torpedoes coming in. They don't have hydro.
Nope, they're about to see him.
Oh my goodness. 1for1 takes another torpedo there as his heal is expiring. 1for1 slowed down so they could share the Venezia smoke going in together.
How nice of them. Oh wait, Hoffman's got hydro.
Now find themselves falling under Hoffman hydro. So now they know exactly where the Hoffman is. So their cunning plan thwarted at the outset here as the Petro AP falling in. BONKZ they seem to just it's like, well, we're here. We're trying for it. Let's just roll with it.
Well, they're kind of committed at this point.
Salvo on the Venezia. They've definitely committed, but it's the Petro getting hammered as well. Like, he's not getting off scot-free here.
No, he's not.
They've pushed him back. It's going to allow them to move up and grab this position. There's the Petro radar coming in now. Salem radar is available. They can clearly see this Hoffman.
Yeah. He's not going for it. I thought he would have gone for it.
He's reversing like he's trying to get torpedoes in. The 1for1's going to be able to reverse. I'm not sure why he's making this play precisely. Feels like he's giving up HP for free right there. Haruku is deciding that discretion is the better part of valor. Not going to sit there for long. Nagato looks like he's finally going to bag this A cap. Hell of a mess, Saf.
Yes. Very much so.
Eminon's Monmouth clearly spotted moving out in mid. We'll have to see if BONKZ decides that's a problem or not. Right now they're fishing for Launo's Petro. Kermit getting good HE downrange on him. Does get the fire.
DCP. Heals up in 15 seconds for Lomo.
They know that Petro is a big board piece. If they can clear the Petro, I think they're in a really good position to hold Azaf. Disquarius in 1-for-1 trying to find a place over here that's comfortable for both of them. Not having a lot of success right now.
Nope.
A whole
Sticky
lot of
fire.
touching hulls.
Sticky fire on Lamo's Petro, but he is healing.
Yep, they did finally get another fire on the Petro.
But because he's unique upgrade, he gets one less of each consumable, and that's going to be a problem soon. Monmouth from long range.
Yeah, they're trying to put pressure on the Salem and the Venezia, but Monmouth is not the ship that I think you want to do it. Monmouth is AP only if memory serves, Zath.
Mm-hmm. Disquarius is torping the darkness.
Bowser, Zhao, and Lemon's Brennis have just been savaging each other. What's going on over here?
I just looked and I'm like, what have we been missing over here?
Yeah, what is happening over here?
Wow.
Is the Zhao actually going to win this duel? Looks like maybe?
He's on fire. Bowser's on... No, not anymore.
I think Bowser's about to fight it. But I think the last fire he stuck on Lemon, I think they're going to trade, Zap.
That's the best that BONKZ can hope for right now.
Pretty sure Lemon's going to burn out here in about another 5 or 8 seconds. Yep. So it's a trade for BONKZ. They continue to work this lead. About 80 points here. Ooh, Disquarius just got chunked by somebody. Don't take a torpedo 1-for-1. Ooh, that was close. Oh, he's putting AP downrange on the Hindenburg from that position.
Yeah.
I like that play.
You're playing a very dangerous game, Captain.
Several ships on both teams just in very precarious positions. Leomo's out of heals. This is it. This 11,000 HP he has is all he's got left.
I feel like they need to find a way to get Xbox's guns in the game.
I mean, they're trying with that Hindenburg position. In fact, you know what they're doing with Xbox, Sath? They're going to drive him up there, and he's going to try and do what Hindenburg can occasionally do better than almost anybody. Torpedo charge. That's what I'm smelling. I'm smelling a torpedo charge. Yeah. And he could do it too. Both teams starting to get very precariously low on HP. But they could see the Hindenburg coming, so this is not going to be a surprise should they try it. At a minimum, they're moving the Hindenburg up with his Hydro to keep these guys lit.
Yeah, and now Fatsy's... There we go.
Oh yeah, the Ragnar. Yeah. They've got Disquarius on fire. His next heal's coming up.
I like this play. The Hoffman is going to move to A now because why not?
Yeah, I love it. They need this desperately.
Oh, and Lamo's moving up with the Petro because the Monmouth pulled Seppuku and Dyer off of their position.
Yeah. This is really, really good coordination, but I think it's going to cost him the Monmouth.
Here comes the downly push.
Although, admittedly, Dyer is definitely at risk back there.
One torpedo on 1-for-1. Here comes the next one on Disquarius. He's going to execute both cruisers.
No, he's not because oh, no, he did get it around. Yep. Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
He did get it. Brilliant push by Luna. Well done.
Absolutely. Hindenburg's back there. Xbox is like, oh, I wanted to do that.
I think they're going to lose the Monmouth here, Zath. The Hindenburg AP going in, and that's going to end his game.
Yeah, well, Addy's also going to be lost soon here.
He's going to get one more salvo at Dyer. He's going to blind fire Dyer and get him in the smoke. Wow. That is catastrophe for BONKZ, down to only 2 ships and no board control.
Yeah. Well, that about does it for BONKZ, I'd say, huh?
CL just cleans up everybody at the A cap. It takes them time, but they move the pieces in and they make it happen. Wow.
I'm really surprised that BONKZ just sat there with those 2 ships. I mean, I know they were trying to make something happen and blah, 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 but like, I've played clan battles here. I've sat on that rock so many times. And what's so
Yeah.
frustrating about it is you're super dependent on your teammates getting to a position to, you know, kill whatever's shooting at you or, you know, what's ever on the other side of you. And I really feel like the decision to pull Seppuku out so they could deal with the Monmouth was just a bad call. I think if he was the only thing that was holding the Petro there, you got to take the Petro down.
Yeah. Well, and they got so close, Seth. If they managed to kill that Petro back when he's on the south side of this island, he's down in G3, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game. And they got so close and just couldn't seal the deal.
Well, and I think also Dyer taking those Hoffman torpedoes so early was just so catastrophic to their whole game. Like
that was
all
huge.
of a sudden they're like, well, we're still going to try for A, but we just can't get it anymore. But we're still going to try for it.
Yeah. You know, we've seen Hoffman now a couple of times. For me, the reason that if I'm going to take, I'd have to go look at the point scale again, because I think Elbing and Hoffman cost the same, or they're very close.
So. Yeah.
If I was going to take one of these German Spa cruisers, right, I would take Elbing. I hate the gun layout on Hoffman. Hate it. But at the same time, as we saw there, I think Hoffman's torpedoes are better. I'd have to go run the numbers and refresh my memory, but that's what I recall.
To me, the big decisive difference is hydro. And the Hoffman's ability to use hydro, I think, puts it out ahead of the Elbing.
Right. No, that's a good point. Elbing doesn't get hydro and Hoffman does. That's huge. And we saw how impactful it was in that game.
Right. And, well, that'll be it for BONKZ. They are now out of the tournament. CL advances. Live for another day.
Yep, CL's going to go on here into the losers bracket final, which will be the next thing that we show you guys. We just don't know who that's going to be just yet.
Yeah, at this point, we might know.
If they have announced it. Well, I was going to say, let's do a quick refresh here. It's going to be iCUE has knocked off Rain, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So it's going to be an all Asia or a CL China.
CL is China.
Okay, so it's going to be a China versus Asia losers bracket final here for the opportunity to play Resin. And then I'm calling it losers bracket final. That's not actually accurate. It's not actually accurate.
Right. Technically, the next one is losers.